Thursday Night Football, the Detroit Lions travel to Green Bay to take on the Packers. Today, I got a player prop, game pick, same game parlay, and a first touchdown score in this video. What's going on? My name's Austin from Calling Our Shot. Let's absolutely dominate week 4. But first, the last time you saw me was on Monday Night Football. Man, we brought out the brooms. A 3-0 night. We'll take that. Joe Mixon got his job done. We had that Chris Godwin, A.J. Brown same game parlay, and we had Eagles money line in the alt under 54.5. A 3-0 sweat-free day. Let's continue that momentum going into this week. Obviously, we're 21-21, down a little bit on the year, but I feel like the reads have been there. We just need a little bit of luck to go our way. I'm confident we start the dominant week 4 with a great Thursday night showing. So if you are new, make sure you hit that subscribe. We have a ton of other videos for Sunday's NFL slate. Make sure you don't miss out on any of them. Just go down below. It takes a second. Hit that subscribe button. Drop a like too. But first, before we dive into our favorite picks, I do want to talk about the final day for the best sportsbook offer on the platform, on any sportsbook that I've seen, because Thursday is the final day to claim this one from Bet365. Now, before I talk about it, if you are in New Jersey, Ohio, Virginia, Colorado, Iowa, and now Kentucky for Thursday, they get sports betting. You got to take advantage of this one. Sign up with the top link in the description. Deposit $10, make a $1 moneyline bet on either the Packers or the Lions. I don't care who you bet on. Regardless, if it loses, you still get the $365 of bonus bets. This likely drops down to $200. So take advantage of it. Thursday is the final day this promo is live. So if you're, like I said, New Jersey, Ohio, Virginia, Colorado, Iowa, and now Kentucky on Thursday, take advantage of that. All details down below, top of the description. But you guys came for some picks. Let's dive right into them. Start with my player prop. And this one's a little bit of a tricky one, so make sure you listen. I'm going to go with Josh Reynolds of the Detroit Lions. Over 17.5 yards for his longest reception. -115 on Bet365. Now, for my daily fantasy people, the people on the PrizePicks, the sleepers, the Underdog fantasy, easy pivot. Take his over in receiving yards. That would be my favorite pivot. Because sometimes those, those DFS apps do not put out a long reception. But realistically, his yards is about 32.5. I think, if he's going to get that, he probably gets a long reception here. I think they kind of go hand in hand. Now, some people might ask, Austin, why am I doing this prop and not his receiving yards? Let's kind of talk about that real quick. And if you're on FanDuel, maybe they don't have a line for this right now. They'll have a line by kickoff. They always do. They're just a little bit slow because there's a lot of injury question marks for this game. But let's talk about last season. Well, actually, let's talk about this season, and then we'll talk about last season. Now, this season, we see Reynolds 2-1 to the over. So he's won twice. If you cashed, you took the same bet, cashed twice on the over. One game he lost was last week. Last year, if you look at it, actually cashed his longest reception, 7 of 14 games, but only cashed his over in receiving yards in 5 of 14. There is a realistic possibility that Reynolds goes out there, gets one catch. It could be 25 yards. We cash our bet. Receiving yards doesn't cash. Now, I don't think that happens. I think he has a big night, which we'll talk about in the same game parlay. But I'm just saying, if you can take the longest reception, that's kind of what I prefer. I think he doesn't cash receiving yards without a long reception, but there is a chance he cashes long reception without cashing the receiving yards. But either way, I'm hoping he hits both, and I'm certainly confident he does get both. And if you've never taken a prop like this, look, like I said, he only needs one reception. It could be on the first play of the game, last play of the game. I don't care where he gets done. We need one reception for 18 or more yards. Boom, we'll win this bet, but it has to be on one reception. Can't be like 3 catches for 18 yards. That's not how it works. But let's talk about this season, as Reynolds has been out on the field a lot. 70, 80, and 77% of snaps. He's ran 24, 28, and 24 targets or routes, resulting in 7, 6, and then 0 targets. A weird week last week. 0 targets for him. Obviously, 0 yards. This did not cash. But last week, he played in the routes. He was participating. He just didn't get the ball. You saw a big day from Amon-Ra St. Brown. Big day from Sam Laporta. And I just think in a divisional game, the Packers aren't stupid. They know the offense is largely the passing offense. It's going to go through Amon-Ra St. Brown. They've seen him in the division plenty of times before. I think they're going to try their best to try to bracket him off, maybe put a safety above him, a guy play man press on him. I think they're going to try their best to stop him. Everyone and their mother's on Laporta. I think the guy that's going to have one-on-one opportunities will be Josh Reynolds. He just has to win those opportunities, and I think Jared Goff has a good connection with him, and he's going to throw some passes to him, and I think he'll be able to catch one. And normally when he gets targeted, it's always downfield. It's not the guy that gets the bubble screens. That's Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's the guy that runs a lot of slant routes, a lot of, over the middle type routes. And that's why you see a high average depth of target. And when he catches balls, he's normally pretty far down the field, and he's normally getting an 18 or longer reception. So look at the end of the year. This is the Packers team that through 2 weeks, they've allowed 7 receivers. It could be a tight end. It could be a wide receiver to have an 18 or a longer reception. So it's been pretty good. You've seen at least 2 people hit this over every single week. Obviously, Amon-Ra St. Brown will be the notable one that you would probably think his long reception is like 23.5, but I think Reynolds is in for a big day, a sneaky day. I don't think a lot of people will be on him on Thursday Night Football. I really do like Josh Reynolds. Give me his over 17.5 yards for his longest reception. Only takes 1. Could be on the first drive. I don't care how he gets it done. 1 catch, 18 or more yards. We can walk away a winner. Now, let's get into my game pick. And I promise you this one, will not be loved by a lot of people because I'm taking the home team, the Green Bay Packers money line, plus 105 on BetMGM. Now, look, you can go and bet the Lions if you want to. Don't let my opinion sway which side you're going to bet on. I want you to trust whatever you're betting. But I really like the Packers, and I'll explain why. Then you use your best judgment, put your money where you want. I don't want you to come back to this video and say, he told me to bet the Packers. No, the Lions smoked. No, I think the Packers win this game, and I'll talk about why. But there is a chance if you wait until closer to kickoff, you could get better value on the Packers. The public is hammering the Lions. And if you don't believe me that the public's on the Lions, go down to the comment section. I bet you there's at least 2-to-1 comments saying, you're an idiot. I'm taking the Lions all the way. It's going to happen. Everyone's on the Lions. I don't think that's the right side to be on. I'd rather trust the home team in this one. Now, let's look at the schedule so far by both teams. Talk about the Lions first, Packers right below them. Obviously, the Lions, big win on opening night against the Chiefs, winning that one by 1. Now, you saw in week 2, came back at home, lost 37-31 to the Seahawks. Then last week, 20-6 win versus the Falcons. You look at the Packers schedule, 38-20 win against the Bears, who stink. 25-24 loss to the Falcons in Atlanta, and then 18-17 win versus New Orleans last week, down 17-0 in the first half, came back in that second half and won that game. I know people who have already seen it on Twitter. They're going to look at that Falcons game. Both teams have played the Falcons. They're going to say the Lions smoked them 20-6, and the Packers lost to the Falcons. I am hammering the Lions money line. That is not how football works, in my opinion. You do not, I mean, 1-for-1, you have the home Atlanta Falcons and versus the road Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons have stunk on the road. That's the version that the Lions had to see. Number 2, I mean, this is a Packers team that hasn't played as well on the road, but they've been really good at home, and I trust them at home in this one. This is a divisional game. I'd rather ride with the home team. We've seen the Lions beat the Packers 3 straight times, all as underdogs. Now that they're favored, now the public is all over the Lions. I'm just saying the Packers might stand a chance. Since 2021, Packers 10-2 against the spread as an underdog, the best mark in the NFL. Yeah, I know that was with Aaron Rodgers. This is now with Jordan Love, but he showed me what I needed to see last week, leading his team back down 17-0. Sure, Derek Carr got injured, but the defense stepped up. So did that offense. They scored points, and sure, maybe the Saints missed a field goal down the end of the game, which probably would have won him. But I still liked what I saw out of Jordan Love. I'm not sold on the Lions defense. Everyone thinks they just clamped the heck out of Falcons. Look, 1, that was the Falcons on the road. 2, Desmond Ridder, not all that good. He obviously plays better at home, but look, they just had their game script. They had it there. I'm just thinking this is the Packers win. I could be wrong, but I really do think the Packers will have a little bit of added momentum after the Lions knocked them out of the playoffs last year. Obviously, last week of the season, the Packers needed to win to get in. I think the Packers got a good chance. I'm not going to fade them at home. Lambeau Field, I'm rolling with the Packers. I know a lot of people will be on the Lions. Give me the Packers for a little bit of plus value. Money line plus 105. I'll take them. Let's see how the game goes. But finally, let's talk about a same-game parlay and a first touchdown score. Same-game parlay, we're going to double down on Josh Reynolds, but I'm going to his receiving yards, 50+, and Luke Musgrave, 50+ receiving yards as well, plus 800 on Bet365. FanDuel doesn't have odds for this right now. DraftKings is down to plus 600. Look, if you're ever doing same-game parlays, probably check the odds on Bet365. Like I talked about the promo at the top of the video, if you can get Bet365, they have great odds. Not available in a ton of U.S. states, but if it's in your state, strongly recommend getting it. I already talked about Josh Reynolds. I really think he has a big day. Hit 50+ in the first 2 games. I think he has a big night. And then Luke Musgrave. This is a guy that had 50 yards in week 1. I think he had 49 yards in week 2 or week 3 last week. He's going to get the targets. The Lions have been struggling against tight ends. The problem is Jordan Love just has missed him on several throws right down the seam where he could have honestly had 50 yards in 1 catch. I think he has a big night. It was my second favorite player prop on the board was Luke Musgrave's over in receiving yards. I think he has a good night. So Josh Reynolds, Luke Musgrave, 50+ each, plus 800 on Bet365. I like it. And let's talk about our first touchdown score. It's a guy we just talked about. Roll with Luke Musgrave of the Green Bay Packers. Obviously a rookie. He does not have a touchdown just yet this season. Let's see if he can get his first touchdown of the game, plus 1,700 on FanDuel. Just worth the sprinkle. It's not worth a full unit play like our first 2 picks in the video, but it's the first touchdown score. Everyone likes to have them. It's a little bit of fun that we're just going to have on Thursday Night Football. But as always, let me know your favorite picks down below. Sunday, we'll have a ton more videos posted on the channel well before Sunday. So we'll have a ton of picks for Sunday's NFL slate. We're going to have a great week 4, a great rest of the season. A little rocky the first couple weeks, but we're still learning how teams play. I'm feeling great about the card tonight. Feeling great about what we're going to cook up for the weekend. So hit that subscribe button, drop a like. If you want to check out our second channel, definitely go do that. It is linked on the screen. My name's Austin. I'm signing out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.